the Ekoko masquerades from Ute village, whose cult is connected with Obaewari and his mother, Elere, appear on this occasion to bless the Oba. Ekoko is a ritual masquerade that dances to please the guests and the Oba.
ITV, certainly the best. Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sultan rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixed cheer from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the Side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. I'm Adesu Walsawage. Today we want to look at kidney disease, which is a condition where the kidneys get damaged and can't filter waste from the blood properly. It is also known as nephritis or renal disease. And today we're going to be talking to a survivor, so we're going to hear the story of kidney from a survivor. Yeah. On 15th of March was World Kidney Day. We couldn't come on air because we had other things we came up to do on the program. But today we just want to talk about kidney, looking at it from the angle of a survivor, because some persons don't survive it. Yeah, some persons don't, but at least hearing from a survivor will kind of give hope to those who are suffering that disease right now. So my guest today is going to be Esohe Osagiede Goodwin. She is the CEO Eso Kidney Alive Foundation, and she's joining us from the UK, and she's going to be telling us so much about this disease. We'll take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll bring our guest to you. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Esohe Osagiede Goodwin is joining us from the UK. She is the CEO Eso Kidney Alive Foundation, and she is a survivor. Esohe, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I'm fine. I'm great. Can you hear me?
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. All right, a lot of persons already know what kidney disease is. Can you just talk to us how it affected your daily life?
Kidney disease is not, it's supposed to be something that even if you are affected, you can still carry on with life normally. Maybe not 100%, but at least 50% of your life is not, is still left with you. But having kidney problem in Nigeria is a big deal. It affects the entirety of your life. It affects, for me, it affected everything about me, my purpose, my dreams, aspirations, everything was on pause when I had my kidney failure. And because one of the biggest challenge of kidney failure is financial constraint. And unfortunately, since the medical attention in Nigeria is not free, so it became a big challenge for me, myself, and my family. So things were really, really rough. People actually supported, but it was not enough because that's what dialysis does. You go today, you spend the entire money that people gave to you. Tomorrow, you're expected to come again to the hospital. It's continuously until you eventually get your transplant. So for me, it was the biggest and the most challenge of my family's life, because my dad have to sell his house just to make sure that we have money for dialysis. My mom ran into debt. We became beggars. And I want to say big shout out to ITV, because ITV actually supported me then, by showing me on the screen and just helping me to reach out to the general public, to reach out to me financially. So it was a big nightmare. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
All right, did you experience any symptoms before the diagnosis? Was there
Yes, indeed.
any symptom at all?
Yes. So, but then I'm going to list the symptoms. But what happened is that when those things were showing, I did not know about kidney failure. My parents did not know anything. So it was all about ignorance. But now, more reason why I'm carrying out um, what's it called, an awareness program in Edo State and also in Delta State, just telling the general public what symptoms are there that you need to watch out for. For me, when I was really little child, because my kidney problem started when I was 9 years, which they didn't pay attention to it. I was always having foamy urine. So when I pee, I noticed that there's particles of foam on it, and it's been there for years. It became serious that I was even admiring my urine. Like I used to tell my friends, like, do you know when I pee? foamy substances are still there. I don't know what that, and I'm not. I told them, I said, I'm not drinking beer. My pee looks like a beer, beer substance like alcohol. So they used to laugh at me, but I didn't know that was a big sign of kidney problem. I was always fatigued. They called me the most lazy child among five in the house. I'm always lazy doing anything. Before I climb one staircase, I'm breathing hard. I experienced that for many years, even when I was employed in Edo State as a teacher. After teaching one class, I would run to one empty room to go sleep because I can't even hold myself. So I was really fatigued. I was um I was having shortness of breath. I was having swollen faces. I didn't know that those were retention of fluid in my body. You know how a pregnant woman looks when they are pregnant, like swollen feet, swollen face. Yeah, I was always having that. And yeah, off and on from the hospital every time they are treating malaria. Because that time when I'm always sick, I'm the only one always sick among five children. And they will always say, it's malaria, take malaria medication. There's no medication then, no malaria medication I didn't take. And those were actually contributors to the reason why my kidney failed on time because I kept taking lots of antibiotics, you know, and of course painkillers as well. Then the one major one was um what's it called? Toilet. They call it toilet infection, but it is urinary tract infection. I was always having urinary tract infection, and this is one thing I'm always telling young ladies that come across my life, and I tell them check out for urinary tract infection because I thought it's because me I'm using public toilet. That's why, but unfortunately, it comes from the infected kidney to my bladder. So I didn't know the problem was from within. I was always treating it. I took lots of painkillers, antibiotics, and over time, after 15 years, when I was 9, was when my kidney eventually packed up. Yeah. So these were the signs I actually noticed before I had my kidney failure.
As a survivor, what signs would you advise people not to ignore, apart from the urine, apart from the foreign urine?
Yeah, I just mentioned urinary tract infection for ladies. It happens to men as well, but because of the way our genital um system are as ladies, we are prone to urinary tract infection more. So they should watch out for urinary tract infection. They should watch out too for the kind of things they put into their body because the kidney is the engine room of the body. It's just like your engine in your car. And the only way your kidney will work effectively is when you drink a lot of water and you eat the right food. So people should watch out for. Sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead, please. Are we good now?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, so sorry about that. Yeah, so people should watch out for the type of food and things they take into their body because if you listen, I just said I was taking lots of malaria medications, which is self-medication, which is one of the practices we have a lot in Nigeria. People just fall sick and go to the pharmacy, give me this. Everybody is a pharmacist. So so they should watch out for the things they put into their body, both medication, both food, expire food and drinks. All of these things do not just knock the kidney one day. It's when we do this continuously, and then after a while the kidney definitely will fail. So they should watch out for whatever substance they put into their body. Is it water? Is it food? Is it liquid? Because a lot of people take a lot of hard drugs. They smoke. I preach about this all the time. Smoking is one leading cause as well. Again, smoke, alcohol, foods that are not actually processed properly. A lot of food these days are artificially processed. Watch out for those things. And then, of course, drink a lot of water because what is helping people these days is despite the fact that we take some poisons and some chemicals into our body, but when we take a lot of water, it helps the kidney to work effectively to flush them out. you know. So that's why you hear everybody say drink water, because sometimes you can't control some of the food that we eat, especially those of us in abroad. Most of their food are not organic. So what we use to support ourselves is the water intake. At least we get good clean water here, you know. So this is my advice to people. You watch out for
Tell us about your
anything you open your
transplant
mouth
journey.
to,
How was your
inside.
how was your transplant journey was then? Because nowadays you see that some persons who even go through transplant, when they find donors and all of that, it does not match with them, and most often the time it fails. The problem continues, and when the person cannot keep it anymore, the person dies. So tell us about your transplant journey. What made it so successful?
Yeah, I'm so grateful for the fact that, you know, anything about medical world, sometimes we have mistakes, we have these are human beings, these are not robots. So sometimes mistakes happen, and sometimes negligence is there as well. I didn't do my transplant in Nigeria. It doesn't mean that there are no good transplantations in Nigeria. There are good and effective doctors too. But I was just so scared. So we did ours in India, and my mother became my donor. And I can tell you categorically that the test results, I mean, the test my mom went through before she was proven to be my donor was rigorous test. You know, we were even saying, is this test not enough? They said, no, your mom will come again for another, but we don't want to hear any mistake. Those were doctors that were actually diligent in their duties, you know. So when you hear that transplant is done and some persons come back and say it doesn't match it, for me, I'm not a doctor, but I think like if you go to a good hospital and doctors pay attention to very you know, minute things that people will ignore, those are the things that might result to big problem after the transplant. If they pay attention, I don't think there will be any problem, because I have experienced the life of transplant. It's beautiful. Mine was successful, and it was beautiful. Back to life again, back to normal again. I've seen successful people for many years. Their transplantation has lasted for 40 something years, 50 something years, and they're still going, you know. So sometimes life happens. Some people, we don't know what really happened. Spiritual reasons might be there, or even mistakes from the patients themselves. So I don't know how to put it, but one just needs to be careful when you go do your transplant, and also the doctors that attend to you, if they're very effective, to tell you. For me, I'll tell you one thing. The doctors that I know about, they will tell you, even if this person is a match, but in the next 20 something years, there will still be a problem with that kidney. So we're not going to, are you willing to go ahead with the surgery or not? So if you sign yes, then that's on your risk. If you say no, they'll stop and find you a better match. So that's how they value lives here. But I don't know about other places, but life after transplant is beautiful. You know, I'm an advocate for it. If you have
Life
your
after transplant. How is your diet like? Just generally your lifestyle after transplant.
My lifestyle after transplant was great. I even joined sports before I left Nigeria. I was always jogging in the morning. Yeah, we had a running group that I joined. So it's not like the life is fragile. No, it's back to normal. I know footballers over the world that have done transplant that are also footballers playing professionally. So my life is beautiful. Um, yeah, back to work, doing what I know how to do best, back to the studio. Um, my diet is normal because I don't have any internal problem. So people that struggle with transplants most times are people that have internal problem like diabetes, you know, and the other kind of um strong internal problems. Those ones have to mind their diet and mind the things they do. But for me, I will just till date, I don't think they've seen the reason why my kidney failed actually. So I'm back to normal. I'm not hypertensive. I'm not I'm not diabetic. So my diet, everything is normal. I'm living a normal life like any other person. The only thing is that I am more careful of the things I put in my body, of the things I eat, of the water I drink, because I'm just keeping a normal, healthy lifestyle of what everybody should do anyway. But for me, I know what I went through, and I don't want to go through it again. So I'm keeping a normal, healthy lifestyle. Yes.
All right, so I wish we could go on and on because you have such an interesting story to tell there. I'm so glad you're fine, you're good, and I hope that this talk with you today will definitely encourage one or two or so many persons out there who are sufferers and are waiting for transplantation and hoping for a better life like your own. Thank you so much, Esohe, for finding time to be with us on the show today. We hope to do this again very soon.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, Esohe, do have a great day and enjoy the rest of your life. All right, people, this is it on the show today, and I want to believe that those who are down with kidney disease and all of that will find succor someday soon. Do have a beautiful afternoon. Bye-bye.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
The Ugewe is the final ceremony of the series of festivals. It is one of peace and lightheartedness, following the more solemn of the ritual year. Ugewe is the festival of the Ewe leaves, a symbol of good luck and joy. It is the most popular of all that heralds the dawn of a Benin New Year, new vow, newness of life and freshness of life, and a new hope for the future. In the evening, the Ewe leaves are presented to the Oba of Benin in grand style in a colorful ceremony. The Ihogbe Society, amidst singing and dancing, bring the sacred leaves that symbolize good luck, blessings, peace, and prosperity. Each of the senior members of the Ihogbe proceeds to give the sacred leaves directly to the Oba of Benin, and others put theirs at his feet.
Ọba tó pé Osanore Umadogemo Akmoye ni awoge wae nori ọba Osanore ọba Umadogemo Akmoye ni awoge wae
àtúwájú ọba àtọ́pẹ́. ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ojúde aṣáájú ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ọ̀yọ̀bá sọ́kè ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ọ̀dàyè àtọ́jú ọba àtọ́pẹ́. Ẹgbẹ̀dúwà.
ITV, certainly the best.
viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and it is that program that gives you and I opportunity to talk about some of the trending issues in the country and how it affects us as citizens. So today we're going to be talking about the withdrawal of police personnel from very important personalities in the country and how it's going to be affecting us as individuals, or better still, how it's going to impact us as citizens. And then again, the debates on legalizing gun ownership. So let's go talk to some persons and hear what they have to say in regards to this topic. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
The Nigeria security architecture, I think it is a very, very wrong approach at this time. When you talk about developed countries and thinking of how police operate, the environments are not the same. First, we do not have good roads. That when you call for police in an emergency response, if it's like in the developed countries, you see police appearing within minutes. You hear of cases of assassinations in places like America. It's only a matter of days they will find the killers of those people. Those are not the situations in Nigeria. People kidnap people in their houses, people kill people on the way, they don't even know who the killers are. The only thing too that also makes some of these people not to be on the road is the simple reason that when they know that there are escorts following some VIPs and some people on the way, they know that it's possible that at some point they will see unexpected police presence. But when they now get to the point where they now say, no, they cannot go with police and then the road is free and all that, you are only inviting terror back to us. If I'm traveling on the way and I know I'm licensed to have a gun in my car, some other persons are coming, and maybe we run into hoodlums, and they know that out of these 20 cars, there's a likelihood that 15 to 16 have arms in them. That will also create that sense of security for the people that are involved. So I just think that it is, yes, the idea to say let's have police at different points is there, but the architecture and infrastructure to support such an idea, we don't have it yet. You don't have drones flying everywhere. If you are overseas, you press a button in your house, they know it is emergency. The police will come, condone off your area, and the people cannot even escape. The police right now, as they are, first, they are no vehicles, they are not well equipped. So how do you even do it? I think that the decision by Mr. President needs to be reviewed.
I see it as a right development based on this issue that the president has made concerning police should be withdrawn from notable personalities that are in our society. You discover that for the police to be able to combat insecurity, we have less police in the society. Most of all these notable personality, you just discover that one person will be having 10 police. 10 police. If one particular person is having a police, about 10 attached to him, and the common man has no security to be attached to him, he has no security to be attached to him, then what is the fate of the masses? But to my own take, with this direction, this step that the president has taken, that all police official, army and the officials should be withdrawn from notable personality, is a welcome development, so that these officers will be able to go to the city, go to the street, go to the rural area to be able to combat these bandits. Because if all this caliber of men, notable personality, are be giving policemen policemen are attached to them, it will not be a wake-up development. But if they withdraw them, everyone, all hands will now be on deck to fight insurgency, to fight bandits. But when these men are secured, they will feel less concerned about the masses. I believe that with this step that the president has taken is a very good step, so that security for lives and property concerning the common man will be appreciated. On these aspects, it has advantage and it also have disadvantage. It is good for people to have self-defense against this insecurity. But the other way around, when every man is given that license to get a gun or harm himself against attack, sometimes most people will not use it for self-protection, but rather they will begin to use it for destructive activities, like going into using it to embark on armed robbery and different. If somebody offends somebody, he can just bring out his gun and do killing. That is why it will not be encouraged. But the only advantage for the government is that let them employ more hands. Let them get more securities, people, recruit them, train them, tell them what to do, the rules and the don'ts that will govern their security apparatus. All these things should be put in place. Then with more and being employed and well paid, I believe that with all this, they can be able to contain this insurgency and bandits in our country.
We all know that the constitutional role of the police is the protection of lives and property. And like the president has rightly stated, the protection of lives of Nigerians are very paramount. And like the VIPs are still part of the citizens that the police is constitutionally empowered to protect. But you also realize from where the president is coming from, these VIPs form more or less like less than 10% of the larger population of Nigerians. And in that light, he feels that more attention should be given to the masses, to the larger population of Nigeria who are now faced with the challenges of insecurity, while also trying to address the manpower need of the Nigerian police. So in that regard, I totally support that directives that all available manpower now should be channeled towards the protection of the majority of Nigerians outside the VIPs that took a chunk of that number. Looking at on the rights of Nigerians to own guns, I still believe that Nigeria is not yet ripe enough for such. Even in countries where they have such policies, they are trying to go back. If you see what's going on in America now, they are even trying to look at gun rights laws to see how it can be reviewed. So it's not a policy that has worked or that has been sustained in even where it is currently in force. So for Nigeria, it is not just our only gun that will solve the problem of insecurity. I can tell you, with the kind of anger, with the kind of issues we have now, if Nigerians own guns, they will be using it to settle personal scores, not even the insecurities now. So that might not really solve the problem. I think solving the problem, we need to go into community policing, volunteer security, seeing how well we can domesticate security, make security the duty of everybody, not necessarily a centralized arm of government like you have the centralized police now. So with that, I believe we can substantially bring down, if not to a barest minimum, the current challenges we have now. So it's not really whether we carry guns or not that would solve it, no.
It is a very good thing that the president is actually looking at how he can, curb security by having a lot of, security personnel on ground. But, if you have to fight insecurity by creating another level of insecurity, that's a very big problem, all right? Yes, we know that the VIPs have a lot of this, security escort with them. But if you look at this person too, they are human beings. And, somebody who has that kind of, level of position requires some level of security, around him. So for me, I will not, totally say that it is okay to withdraw all the, security personnel from the VIP. No, I do not think that's the best way to go. Instead, I think they should look for a way to have more persons in the force, in the military, in the police, and every other security agencies that can help, in this insecurity. Because the VIP are human beings. The right to own a gun, I really do not think that Nigeria is matured for such a thing. Yes, we have that in some developed countries like America, but I do not advise that such law should be put here in Nigeria, because a lot of persons are going to take advantage of this particular situation, and they use it to do other very, very malicious activities. So I do not believe that Nigeria is ripe for self-ownership of gun at this particular point in time.
Insecurity in Nigeria has eaten so deep into the life and well-being of Nigerians. Like in the area of business, it has affected us a lot. Like, for example, those our mothers who travel to village markets in this season of December, where they travel to buy plantain, yams, and others. We see many of them were unable to do this because of the insecurity, and that has also affected their own family, because they will not be able to provide for them because they were unable to do their business the way it ought to be. Like those of us in the real estate sectors, I think it affected us the more, because this is one of the most funny December I've ever experienced, whereby our brothers and sisters in diaspora, they are scared to return home to celebrate with us. And after they have saved this money, and they buy property at the end of the year, so that at least they will not count on one thing that they have achieved. But this time, many of them, they give up. Instead of coming to Edo State or or Nigeria to buy property, you will hear them saying that they want to go to places like Singapore, places like Spain. They will tell you the money they will use to buy property in Abuja, like maybe 350 million, 150 million, 200 million, is enough for them to get property in Spain. And that property in Spain will give them high return of investment than the property in Nigeria. And another thing that affected those in diaspora and the VIPs, let me use that word, very important personalities in our country, is the new law that has been passed by the president, that police personnel should be withdrawn from this set of persons. And the current situation of insecurity in Nigeria, so these persons, they will not be free to come in, because it's as if them coming in, they have signed their death sentence because the security is a threat to them. And at the same time, the police personnel that would have been of assistance to them to guide them is being withdrawn. So it's just as if they want to jump into a hot fry pan. So these ones is what stopped them from not coming to Nigeria, and it affected our business a lot. So those persons we are all to care for, these things restrict us to do a lot for our loved ones. Because if you don't sell property to get money, so there's no way you are going to spend money. So if you check, though we are having traffic and all these around, but the truth is that the well-being, the lifestyle of these our citizens is being compromised, because insecurity has cost them a lot. If the guns is being legalized to every citizen, it's going to cause more havoc at this initial stage. So I believe instead of legalizing gun to individuals, let's recruit more local security personnel that understand this terrain of this environment, because a stranger will not know my community more than me. So if they empower these personnel, give them good sophisticated weapon that they can use to withstand these perpetrators, the criminals, it will be able to at least help us a lot. So owning a gun or legalizing gun to Nigerians, you know, Africans, there's a way we think. Even some of the trained policemen that they are handling weapons, we see what happens after some of them have taken what they are not supposed to take. After they get, when their adrenaline get high, when they are angry, we see how they misuse the gun. So now legalizing gun for a trained person, a civilian, is going to cause more havoc and disaster to us. So I'm not in support of that.
While the opinions of our respondent varies, and some think that the statement by the president to withdraw police personnel from VIPs in the country in order to combat crime, some are also saying that it is not a welcome development. But in all of this, the security of citizens and properties should be a priority. That is what people are clamoring for, and it is something that should be done in order for lives and property of citizens to be secured and for security to be guaranteed. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. Many thanks for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Mobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Tope.
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.